Hey there riders, Motojourno Chris here today, and I'm having a look at Royal Enfield's Continental GT 650. This is one of their twin offerings. It is a massive step up from the classic 500, and it really brings Royal Enfield kind of into the modern motorcycling side of things, I guess you'd say. These are learner legal, and they are a great option to get started on if you're a new rider and you're looking for retro styled machines. Now obviously in a lot of cases people look at really old bikes, or you have the option of the Royal Enfield 350 or 500s, which have very basic performance. With this you're getting comparable performance to say Yamaha's MT-07 in a lot of ways as far as power. The build quality is really nice. It's a beautiful looking machine as well. Obviously you've got to settle for a number of different things. It's built to a price, and that does mean it is a little bit cheaper on some of the details than the Japanese options in the same category, but those options are a lot more expensive in most cases, so that's something that you'd expect. It's got the beautiful dual chrome exhausts, it's got those really nicely finished engines which really stand out as well. Round mirrors, retro styling of course. You got these cool dual clocks. Front brakes, a little bit disappointing, but having ridden the Interceptor 650, I know the brakes on these machines should be awesome, so I think it's probably just the brake pads in this one. Plenty of rear braking power. The suspension is really sporty, so if you're thinking this is just kind of an old school, you know, bit of a relaxed kind of bike, you'd be wrong. Sporty suspension, it's got these kind of pulled back bars, which are clip-on style bars with risers, so they're not super aggressive, but they're significantly more aggressive than on the Interceptor 650. Also, the foot peg placement is different as well, and that helps give it that slightly sportier overall feel. And I actually found the bike felt quite a little bit more narrow to me. My knees were coming up against these guards here to stop you burning your knees on the engine. But you know, that's just one aspect of the bike itself, and it didn't feel quite as large as the Interceptor. For whatever reason, to me it just felt like a smaller bike. The seat height gives a nice easy reach to the ground. It's a comfortable seat. All of the lights are that retro styling, which to me it looks a little bit cheap, but I think for a lot of people they look at that and go, well, that's retro. Obviously spoked wheels, they're tube spoked wheels, they look cool, nice feature. The tires do the job. I've ridden in all different conditions and I've been really happy. You know, wet and dry, freeway, suburban, out in the twisties, does everything really well. The one kind of comment I would make is that the suspension does get a little bit, you know, rough over some of the really poor Australian roads that we've got here in New South Wales. So that is a consideration. But I do like that they've gone quite sporty on this suspension, and it is a basic system because this is a cheap bike, and you know, you can't have a fully adjustable suspension system on a 10,000 Australian dollar bike. It's not going to happen without compromising elsewhere. And to me, I think the overall package is a really great machine. It's a great bike for learners. It's going to be a great bike for returning riders or people who want a retro style bike with good performance but don't need 100 horsepower. That, you know, 45 to 50 horsepower is that perfect kind of region, if you ask me, to do everything. You've still got plenty of performance, you know, to go past the limits if you were doing a track day, for instance, because who would ever do that anywhere else? And it's a really nice, fun machine to ride. It's characterful, it's got good performance, really nice ergonomics, it's really comfortable for longer rides, and overall Royal Enfield have done an exceptional job. It's easy to see that they grabbed a whole heap of people who used to work at Triumph and put them to work in creating this, because they've really created just such an awesome retro offering. And it's got the modern technology, but it's not just a modern bike with some retro lashings on it. It's a proper retro bike with the modern technology, just bringing it up to a nicer level. And I think for a lot of people, that's what they're after. They don't want kind of a bike which is just a modern bike, which kind of looks retro. They want a proper retro bike, but with the performance. Whereas if you just want the retro bike and you're not worried about performance at all, you might go the classic 500. So this stands out. I don't think there's that much competing with it, particularly in the lambs category. I think it competes really well with the Moto Guzzi, even with the W800. So there's a couple of bikes that this is really going to take it to, particularly at the price point, if you're not looking for some of the technology that those other machines offer. So, you know, really well done to Royal Enfield. It's going to be great seeing these on the road and great to see what they do next, so I'm looking out for that. And I do reckon if you like the look of this bike, go and ride one, see what you think, because you might find this is the bike for you. And there's not that many bikes that are just like it. Anyway, stay safe out there. Don't forget to sub, hit that notification bell. I'll be back soon. Let me know, do you like the Continental GT 650 or would you go the Interceptor 650? Really interested to see kind of how people are split between those two bikes. I'll be back soon. Thank you.